Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimati Krishnadas Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Vishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshitarini. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna everyone. So today we look at Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the summary of chapter 10, and I hope to be able to cover up to chapter 12 today.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, so in chapter 10, the opulence of the Absolute, Lord Krishna is the unborn, the beginless, the supreme Lord of all worlds, the creator of the patriarchs, from whom all living beings descend, the origin of everything. Intelligence, knowledge, freedom from doubt and delusion, forgiveness, truthfulness, control of the senses, control of the mind, happiness and distress, birth, death, fear, fearlessness, non-violence, equanimity, satisfaction, austerity, charity, fame, and infamy. All these various qualities of living beings are created by Lord Shri Krishna. It's in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, verses 4 and 5. Devotional service helps one develop all these good qualities. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mata sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. Translation: I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me in all their hearts. So this is very important in this chapter. The devotees who lovingly engage in devotional service have full faith in Krishna's opulence, mystic power, and supremacy. The thoughts of such devotees dwell in Krishna. Their lives are devoted to his service, and they derive great bliss and satisfaction by enlightening one another and conversing about him. Devotees engage in pure devotional service even if lacking education or knowledge of the Vedic principles, or help from within by Krishna, who personally destroys the darkness born out ignorance. Just remembering one thing, I was listening to His Grace Amoga Lila Prabhu, and he was talking about this the devotee deriving great bliss and satisfaction. In fact, the Prabhu was was giving discourses at the IIM in India, and the management section. So the students say that through their different surveys, etc., they found that the Hare Krishna people are the most blissful people. So that's why they wanted to know how is it possible that they are so blissful. So that just remind me about this thing that he's giving courses at the IIM in India.
Very interesting.
And we find all the people dancing, so that make them really perplexed. How is it that Krishna devotees are always so enjoying, so blissful?
And especially dancing at Mangalati, 4:30 in the morning. Who possibly dances at 4:30 in the morning?
So the thing is that the managers, the to-be managers, they have to be, they have to create an atmosphere of really happiness so that they can really have everyone work up to the full capacity. So that's why they are studying why is it that Hare Krishna people are so blissful.
True, true, true.
So in this chapter, Arjuna realizes Krishna's position as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode and the absolute truth, the purest, the transcendental, the original person, the unborn, the greatest, the origin, and the Lord of all. All material and spiritual creations have their source in Krishna, and one who approaches him can get scientific insight into their identity and purpose. Lord Krishna is always generating seed of all existence. There is no being, moving or non-moving, that can exist without him. This is in verse 39. Lord Krishna then concludes, all opulent, beautiful, and glorious creations spring from but a spark of my splendor. So this is chapter 10. Can you comment, Prabhu?
Any questions? I think otherwise, what I was going to say, yeah, really good, Karuna, good explanation. One of the things which in this chapter, Krishna explains his opulences to Arjuna because he's his friend. He's got this personal relationship with Krishna. So this is really important for us to have this personal relationship with the Lord, to get him to know him better. This personal relationship is very important, whatever form it takes. That's according to our nature. But when we establish this personal relationship, the Lord will reveal himself within our hearts, which is what he says in one of those 4 verses. From text 8 to text 11 is the essence of the whole Bhagavad Gita, the Chaturslok, which where Krishna explains he's the source of everything and how one can become close to him. And so that's really explained nicely in this chapter. And then Arjuna says to Krishna, I accept what you are. You are the topmost. But not just I, because I'm your buddy. People will be saying, hey, you only accepted Krishna as supreme because he's your buddy. But he said, no, all the great sages also accept you as the supreme. So this is very powerful statements by Arjuna. So then he explains his opulences, his vibhuti, I think 84 of them. So very, very interesting how he describes all his different opulences. And at the end he says to Arjuna, so, but what's the big deal? With simply a spark of my splendor, all of creation comes about. Very powerful statements by Krishna. Anybody, any questions, any comments? Nanibin?
No, not at the moment. But there was something. Can you go backwards, Prabhuji? When it's Krishna says the thoughts of such devotees dwell in me.
Yes.
So when we become like pure devotees of Krishna, he thinks about us, does he?
That's a really good question. He's there basically saying that devotees' thoughts dwell in him, Krishna.
Yes.
He's not saying it the other way around, but it's a really important point, because what happened one time, Narad Muni went to see Lord Krishna, and Narad Muni said to him, I heard you have a diary of devotees who are dear to you. Or devotees who always think of you. So Krishna said, yeah, I have. Can you show me? And he looked inside. Krishna showed him, and he saw his name at the first. Narad, always thinks of me. And he was looking through all the names, seeing who's there. And then one time later on, he met Hanuman, and he said to Hanuman, hey, Lord keeps a diary, and I didn't see your name in it. Hanuman said, what diary is that? The diary where he's got this diary of the devotees who always think of him. And I was top of that list, but I didn't see your name in that diary. So I was just wondering why. So then Hanuman said to him, oh, did you know? He's got another diary. Oh, he's got another diary. So when Narad Muni went to see Lord Krishna again, he said, I heard that you've got another diary. Can I see the other diary? And he looked at Krishna showed him the other diary. And in that diary, Hanuman's name was at the top. And nobody else's name was there. Right? And this might have been not Krishna, it might have been
It's
Ram.
Ram,
Yeah, maybe
yeah.
Ram. So then Narad Muni inquired from them, what is this diary all about? This diary is, the other diary you saw is the devotees who think of me. This diary is all about the devotees I always think about. So, so Ram always thinks of Hanuman. There's such close personality. So yeah, although this verse says the thoughts of his pure devotees always dwell in him, actually, the more important point is, does the Lord think about us? You know, are we acting in a way that he can see us, that he's thinking about us? That's more important. Naniben, you're absolutely spot on. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for
I
pointing.
think I also read somewhere or heard somebody talk that you tie your karma or your activities in such a way that you are noticed by Krishna, that you are doing something for him.
That's it. As opposed to, I want to see him.
Yes. Yes.
If I don't see him, I don't believe he in his existence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
No, thank you so much, Naniben.
Now I'm also very interested in the free will course that Nutan Mataji was talking about.
I knew you would be. You're both in the medical profession. Nutanji, Naniben is a doctor, and
Okay.
and what are you? What is your specialty?
For me, I'm a pediatric sonographer. I scan children.
Wow.
Scan, right?
Yeah, I scan children. Yeah, I do ultrasound
Brilliant. Brilliant.
in 2 hospitals.
Brilliant.
Oh, that makes a radiographer. I'm a radiographer too.
Are you? Well, I
Retired.
was a radiographer to start with. I did
Yeah.
it for 5 years, and then I
Okay.
specialized in ultrasound and became a sonographer, and I've been there all this time.
Where are you based, Mataji? Nutan Mataji?
In Sutton, I'm in St. Helier and Epsom hospitals.
I'm not far from you. I'm in South Croydon.
Oh, okay. So are you at Mayday?
No, not in I'm a GP. So
Oh, you're a
not at the-
GP. Sorry,
not
you're a
hospital
doctor,
service.
but you're a GP. Okay. Yeah, no, I've been in this area for a long time. I used to work at the Marsden as well. I worked there for 19 years. Part-time at Marsden. I used to provide a heart scanning service for the children there with cancer. So, but then when I lost my son 6 years ago, I just couldn't even walk into the hospital anymore because I just couldn't see any more, any more mortality. So Epsom offered me a session there. So
how long did it take to recover from? I know it's not. It's one.
I don't think you ever recover.
No,
never.
But no, but I have to say that my path really turned spiritual, and it's all the spiritual studies that have been going on that are holding us upright, really,
Yes.
honestly.
There's a story in the Bhagavatam, which you must have heard. And if you haven't,
I haven't.
it's something that you want to have a good look at.
Sure.
One time, Narad Muni, there was a king called Chitraketu. Chitraketu had a lot of wives, but he had no children, and he was always very sad. So one time, Narad Muni came to his kingdom, and he asked him, "What's the problem? Why are you so sad? You know, you've got everything. Your opulences are so vast." And Chitraketu said, "Well, that may be so, but I have no children." Okay, Narad Muni said, I will bless you with a child, but there will be happiness and there will be unhappiness as well. Chitraketu said, great, I'll have a child. He didn't care about the second part of that comment. There'll be unhappiness. Anyway, he had a boy, his eldest queen gave birth to a child, and they became very attached to the boy, as naturally, of course. But all the other queens became very jealous because Chitraketu now was spending time with the main queen and the boy. So they poisoned the boy. They killed the boy. And of course, that led to great distress for Chitraketu. So then Narad Muni came back again with Angira Muni. And they asked Chitrangada, what's the matter? Why are you in such, unhappy state? So then Chitraketu said, well, I lost my son. He's died. Oh, he's died. Narad Muni said, okay, let's call him back. Narad Muni spoke to the boy, the dead body, right? He said to the soul, can you come back again? Go back into the body. Why did you leave your parents so prematurely? Can you not see? They are so distressed. So the soul went into the boy's body. He rose and he said to Narad Muni, which parents are you talking about? I've had millions of parents in my past lives. Which parents are you talking about? Now, that opened the eyes of Chitraketu and the queen. And they realized that this world is just like a river where two pieces of wood meet for a short period of time and then they depart, never to meet again. So in the same way, two or three souls may come together for a short period of time, but then they'll go their own way. And they became completely pacified after that. So this is something in the 8th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. It's definitely worth having a read at that at some point.
Sure. Thank you. Well, my grandfather, well, we adopted both our children, and my grandfather was a Mataji Bhagat. And in Africa, after he would do his prayers on a Sunday morning, we'd have so many people come and talk to him, and he would just close his eyes after his puja and just speak. So one day my grandmother said to him, why don't you do something apdi bhani nu, for our granddaughter, instead of doing everything for everybody? She hasn't got any children. So he asked me to come and see him after his puja. I went and sat with him, and I told him that we were thinking of adopting. And then he closed his eyes and he said to me, he said, you have got 2 children in your nasib. I don't know where they will come from, but this adoption you're talking about, he said, I'm really sorry to tell you that Anuman Sarunayave. I didn't even know what Anuman meant, but he meant the result. Yeah, result. It won't be a good result. And I looked at him and he said, look, I'm your friend. I said, I need you. Please give me your blessings. He said, I will give you my blessings, but I will also tell you. So it was a very similar story. And a week before my son passed away, I remember standing in our mandir and my friend was here. I had a very nice spiritual friend. And I said to her, I said, Hansa, why did my grandfather say these things? He's turned out to be such a lovely boy. He's at university studying. And I said, why did my granddad? And she said, oh, maybe he didn't want you to adopt. It's not something that that generation can think of. So I said, no, he was my best friend. He even said, I will bless you, but this will happen. And she said, don't go down there. Just don't think about it too much. And because he said the result won't be good, I just thought maybe, we're adopting and maybe after a while he might want to go and find it, or a child might want to find their parents or something like that. Sure. So I said, oh, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And literally a week, I spoke to her on a Saturday, and the following Saturday, my son passed away.
Wow.
I mean, so wow. I've been through something like, the story that you're telling me that I was told. And at that time, I still wouldn't change anything. Absolutely not.
What the Bhagavatam does is it puts it into perspective.
Sure.
So that's the power.
I will read. You said Canto 8, right?
I'll exactly find it and send it to you.
Please just text me. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. And what if anything we can do, we're here.
Oh, bless you. Thank you.
Sorry, Karuna. Took over your session.
No problem. Good discussion. We learned so much.
That's true, actually. Yeah. So, do you fancy doing one more?
I think it's a learning curve for all the listeners, I think. So it was quite
revealing.
knowledgeable. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank
Very
you.
bold.
Thank you.
Shall we
Ooh.
stop here, Prabhu?
Yeah,
Or
we
one
can. We
more?
can. Yeah, no, I think because let's stop today.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hare
Bhagavad Gita.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Bhagavad Gita ki
Ki
jai.
jai.